What's up, everyone? It's your boy Blue here with another Power Rankings video, and this one's not very long, obviously, because it's pretty pointless to just talk about the same things over and over again, and it's the end of the season pretty much. There's only 2 weeks remaining, week 12 and week 13. Two teams have already clinched for the PCL playoffs, and let's just go over a couple key things for this week's Power Rankings. At number 16 is Ariel Arise once again because, yes, they didn't show up yet again in Phase 2. Wow, you finally find a team, then you play, then you replace the player that showed the most promise on that squad with someone else, and then you guys lose again, and now you don't even show up. And Alex Kidd has been running around Twitter telling people, especially me, that he has different ideas of the meta and he wants to use those even if it makes them lose, and it's hard finding players that don't understand that. So, to sum it all up, nobody wants to join the team because you want to lose. Seems odd, I guess, but not really. Another one that was a big bump or key factor for this week's Power Rankings is number 15, Heating Up. They were down 0-2 to Hydra Gaming, and they ended up taking them to Game 5. Yes, they won Games 3 and 4, so that did show a little bit of promise from them. The whole match was sloppy. Hydra's just been falling in the Power Rankings, and they don't look like they'll be climbing back up in the last 2 weeks, especially when they have to face Onslaught once again. Another one that really stood out to me was Stush Gaming. They actually took a map off of Flashpoint. Now, granted, Flashpoint did have legacy on Grover. The map was Ice Mines, and Storm Avatar was playing Frontline. There was a trade bug during the draft phase, so that's the reason why that happened. But even still, the Stush did show some promise, so they were able to take one map off of Flashpoint. So every map that Stush or Earn Manor has taken off of Flashpoint primarily this entire season pretty much has an asterisk next to it, if you want to be technical. But let's give them their props. They were able to take that map regardless against the main lineup, whether two players were playing on stuff that they normally don't or do play. It doesn't matter at this time. Bust Down found another win, but it wasn't as convincing. They got taken to Game 4 by Absolute Rain, and that's kind of shouldn't be happening. But big props to Absolute Rain for continuing to get better week in and week out, despite starting the season late and despite starting the season in last place after they consumed the previous team's spot. So big ups to them. Eternity Esports, they did all right this week as well. They went up against Classified. Now, they did take some points off of them, I believe. Or did they go up against? I can't even remember. My brain is jumbled. But anyways, Eternity did take a couple points this week. They did not play with Bandmade, their captain, a.k.a. the support player for them. Mozzie was leading the way. And without Bandmade, it really showed. But they still showed some promise from Eternity, so that's good for them. Earn Manor. They do drop in the Power Rankings, but that's mainly because of Vroom Vroom's success. They went up against Cyclone. Big match this week. Probably the match of the week for week 11. And guess what? They beat Cyclone. Cyclone came out, beat them in Game 1. Vroom Vroom comes back, beats them Game 2, beats them Game 3, beats them Game 4. Wow! So they still have 3 losses, though, in the standings overall, not their map count. But they do have 3 losses. And Cyclone now has 2 losses, both to Vroom Vroom. So they don't play each other anymore in the last 2 weeks of the season. They're 2-2 against each other. Map differential gives Cyclone the edge, I believe. I'd have to double check. But they are still in first place because they're 8-2. Almost said 7-2. They're 8-2. Meanwhile, Vroom Vroom is... Oh, God. 7-3. 7-3. So, they need Bust Down or Absolute Rain to beat Cyclone. If one of them beats them, it would come down to the map differential in their head-to-head. Or it will come down to the plus and minus overall. If that is tied, then it will come down to the head-to-head map differential between the two of them. But I don't think it'll get past the regular plus and minus. For those of you who don't know, it's how many maps, wins and losses you have. So you take the amount of maps you win minus the amount of maps you lose. That's your plus and minus. So let's say you have 10 map wins and 5 map losses. Then your plus and minus would be 5, plus 5, right? So they're going up against, they don't go up against each other, but technically they are battling each other for first place still. Now, if Cyclone loses the last 2 weeks against Bust Down and Absolute Rain, then Vroom Vroom gets the first place as long as they finish the season with wins. Now, even if Cyclone wins one of those and loses the other, Vroom Vroom needs to 3-0 both weeks. They cannot afford to lose any more maps, especially if it's going to go down to the wire where plus and minus comes into effect. They cannot lose any more maps. Hype Unit did play this week. They 3-0'd once again, so cool. All right. Flashpoints number 2 again, because they do take down Stush Gaming, which did take a map off of them. I think Stush and Earn Manor are stronger than all 3 teams below Onslaught in the PS4 NA division now. I think they're stronger than most of the Xbox EU teams, except for Vroom Vroom, and I think they're stronger than the Xbox NA teams too. eStore may be able to beat Stush Gaming, but who knows? And last but not least, Onslaught is number 3, and they have clinched their playoff berth. Well, after they beat Stremix this week 3-0, it's physically impossible for them to lose. They're 10-0. I believe they only have 2 map losses all phase as well, so it doesn't matter. They're 10-0. No one's going to beat them. So, yeah. Week 12 coming up this week, obviously. But week 13, look out for that. Earn Manor versus Flashpoint. Winner could go to LAN if Earn Manor and Flashpoint both win in week 12. So if they both win in week 12, whoever wins week 13 will be going to LAN, will be making the playoffs, will be your PS4 EU representative. My name's Blue right here with Console Pro News. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Console Pro News. Oh, and don't forget, follow me on Twitter at RealBlueTV with no E in blue. I revealed all the HRX 2019 player trading cards that we will be having at HRX. So come check me out if you're coming to the DreamHack Atlanta show. And come get some cards, brothers and sisters and mothers and daddies and whatever you are. Keep grinding, gamers.